welcome back to another video. Now today's video is what if Naruto was an outsider. I hope you guys enjoy. Get this video to 10 likes to get the next part. Remember, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the video. The roar of the nine-tailed fox would tremble throughout the village in absolute chaos as flames and buildings would be collapsing upon itself. Minato had just defeated Obito, or who he assumed to be the masked man, not knowing the identity just yet. As Minato would teleport to the area where Kushina was kidnapped, he would find her on the ground with 3 babies, triplets, all of them equally healthy, as Minato would look at all 3 of them. Realizing that Kurama, or the nine-tailed fox, would be causing more chaos and him not able to defeat it, had no other choice but to seal it into these triplets. As he would look over, he would suddenly see Hiruzen, who would be nodding at him. As he would run over, Hiruzen would tell Minato to start making a seal around the barrier to protect everyone else. And Minato, not realizing what's happening, would do so, but the moment he finished doing the seal, he would be pushed out by Hiruzen. Falling on the ground, Minato would be in absolute shock as he would realize that the third Hokage, his mentor and his friend, was about to sacrifice himself. Minato would slam on the wall, telling Hiruzen not to do it, but Hiruzen would tell him that he had already lost his wife and he had already taken care of his child, and he's pretty old right now, so might as well die a noble death. Minato would be slamming on the seal, telling him to stop and to break the ceiling, but Hiruzen wouldn't listen. As he would look at Kushina, who would thank him, not really wanting to lose her husband, so she would thank Hiruzen. Hiruzen would go through the hand signs and would, grab the nine-tailed fox. As the 3 triplets would be taken, Mito and Menma would get half of the chakra while Naruto would hold the spirit. After the sealing, Hiruzen would fall dead, the ceiling around breaking, as Minato would dash in, trying to save Hiruzen or try to stop the process, but it would be already too late. Minato holding Hiruzen in Hiruzen's body, as Kushina would pat Minato on the shoulder, holding her 3 triplets in her arms. Luckily, there was still some chakra left for her to take some. We go to 3 years later, and the 3 triplets have been treated equally and have been, taken care of equally, so there is no bias between them at all. But in the scenario of who is the strongest so far, Menma is the strongest out of the 3 of them, as Naruto, the youngest, would be the weakest by far, as Menma would have the quick intelligence and sealing techniques of his father, and Mito would have the chakra chains and kenjutsu styles of her mother. Naruto just being in the middle, not really having a specialty unlike his siblings. Naruto was quite jealous due to the fact that he had no specialty, but Menma and Mito did. As Naruto would just live his life, realizing that he's not really treated any differently, he's just weaker compared to the both of them. And in the academy, it was pretty prevalent who is the weaker one. Naruto not really that popular along the school, since Menma and Mito were the strongest and was more popular than him because they were more open, while Naruto wasn't really that open. He does have some friends, but he doesn't really talk to them that much. Having the same friends as Mito and Menma, but they don't really talk to him much either. Eventually, everything would go fine for the rest of the years until the academy is finally ready to graduate. Naruto would pass due to the fact that he, has both parents and he's not, abandoned. So he is treated, equally, and he knows everything. Getting taught the Shadow Clone Jutsu, because even though he doesn't have any of Kurama's chakra, he still, is a Uzumaki, so he does have a lot of chakra. Not compared to Mito and Menma's, but he still has a lot. Naruto would pass the Genin exam, allowing him to get his headband and go. Unlike him, everyone would be celebrating for Mito and Menma, as they are popular, so they would be quite celebrated. And throughout the village, they don't really care for Naruto because Naruto has the least likely amount of potential. Naruto would run over to his parents, who would congratulate him. Same with Jiraiya and Tsunade, who have decided to stay along the village. Jiraiya coming in and out due to his spy network. Menma and Mito would run up to them as well after getting applauded and cheered on by the other students, as all three of them would walk together. Tsunade would eventually leave, saying that she needs to go to the hospital, and Jiraiya would be with Mito or Menma and Mito, Kushina, and Minato. Naruto said that he forgot something at the school, as he would run off, not really wanting to be you know, what would it, not third wheel, fifth, no, not really wanting to be a sixth wheel. Minato, Kushina, and the rest wouldn't really mind, as they know that he can be trusted. So they would continue on, telling him that they'd be at Ichiraku. Naruto running back to the school, he would eventually find what he was missing, and it was his notebook. Grabbing the notebook, he was about to leave till he bumped into Mizuki. Mizuki would say, "Oh, Naruto, I didn't know you were here," as Naruto would apologize for bumping into him, as Mizuki would realize that Naruto was here. Or realizing this, he would tell Naruto that he has a mission for him, which would surprise Naruto, as Naruto would be confused. A mission? Mizuki would nod his head as he would tell Naruto that if he were to go into the Hokage's office and steal the scroll of sealing, he would be ranked up and would gain more power. Naruto, already wanting to be out of the shadow of his brother and sister, would immediately agree to this. Naruto eventually would crash into the Hokage office, and because he's the son, he already knows where it is, and he would take it out and eventually leave. Eventually, Minato would be notified of this and would start rushing out to where Naruto could be. Naruto, realizing that this is a mission not to get caught, he would take off his jacket, which would be a dark orange with a black. Basically what he wore in Shippuden, but in a kid-sized version of it. As Naruto would throw his jacket away since it had the seal on it, he would run away. As Minato would appear, the jacket would be empty. Realizing that Naruto threw off the jacket, he would be concerned and would start telling the Anbu to start looking for him. Naruto would eventually arrive at the area Mizuki is set and would open the book. Naruto would start reading all the jutsus, taking in all the knowledge. Now, even though he is not as smart as Menma, he does have the same intelligence level as Minato, just not as fast as Menma's. Naruto would take in all the information that he could, lightning styles and wind styles, and water style, which would all be his nature energies, while Menma would have fire, water, and lightning, and Mito would have wind and water. Naruto taking in all the jutsus that he could, he would eventually stop hearing a noise in the background. Turning over, he would see Mizuki, as Mizuki would start to tell Naruto to hand over the scroll. This moment, Naruto realized that it wasn't a mission at all, and that his greed to become powerful and to be out, to not be shattered by his siblings, took over him and allowed him to do something very dumb. He would hold the scroll behind him as he would take out a kunai, telling Mizuki to step back and that he had tricked him. Mizuki would laugh, telling Naruto that he didn't trick him and that Naruto used his own greed and ambition to do this himself. Naruto would not acknowledge this because he knows it's true, but would still protect the seal or the scroll, because even though he stole it, he knows that if Mizuki stole it now, it'd be the end. Naruto and Mizuki would go into combat, but because Mizuki is obviously a rank higher, would start to, defeat Naruto. But Naruto, using his shadow clones, would also start to get the upper hand. Eventually, Iruka would appear, and Naruto would be stopped as Iruka would kick Naruto in the side, sending him flying into a tree. Naruto, being confused, would ask what's happening as Iruka would tell Naruto to give back the scroll. Mizuki, playing along with Iruka's delusion, would tell Iruka that Naruto decided to attack him. At this point, Naruto was now cornered between two Chunins. Looking at them, Naruto would take a kunai, two kunais, holding him in reverse grip both hands, as he would stare at them. God damn it. Why did I have to get myself in this mess? Naruto would rush over. Mizuki and Iruka, teaming up, would actually defeat Naruto pretty easily. Naruto on the ground, pretty beat up, as he would try to get up, Iruka telling Mizuki to stop because Naruto has been defeated. Mizuki would stop and tell Iruka, yeah, you're right. Picking up the scroll, Naruto would realize as Ruka was about to pick Naruto up, Mizuki would dash in. Naruto would yell for Ruka to duck, which would not get to Ruka in time, as a kunai would pierce his shoulder. Ruka falling to the ground, Naruto would scream out in pain as he just witnessed his teacher get attacked or backstabbed. Mizuki would start laughing as Ruka realized the situation that Mizuki actually manipulated Naruto, and he, the fool, decided to go on his side, indirectly helping Mizuki defeat Naruto, which was the only defense for the scroll. Mizuki holding the scroll up in the air as he pointed at Ruka. "You idiot! Did you really think that Naruto was smart enough to steal the scroll?" Ruka, realizing his, mistake, would immediately start to beg to Mizuki to drop the scroll and turn himself in. Mizuki would laugh and would say no, and before Naruto knew it, was about to go stab Ruka right in the throat. Naruto, thinking fast, would grab a kunai and appear right in front of Mizuki before Mizuki even knew it. A kunai stabbing directly into his chin. But because of this, Mizuki's kunai would go across Ruka's throat, slitting it. Naruto would be in absolute shock as he just killed Mizuki, and his first kill was not a good one because he's directly up close to it. Blood splattering all over his shirt, his white shirt, as he looked down to see Ruka grabbing a paper towel or grabbing a med kit, which he always carries, would start to wrap it around the wound around Ruka's neck, not trying to kill him. Mizuki would start to fall to the ground, spitting out blood, as the kunai would be directly under his chin, like through his mouth and stuff, as he'd fall down dead. Eventually, the Anbu would arrive as they would see Naruto holding Ruka with, a bloody hand and dead, Mizuki. They'd immediately arrest Naruto, and that'd be it. Minato would be walking through the jail as he would see Naruto in a cage. Looking through it, he'd be disappointed. Naruto would tell him that he didn't do it, and Minato would just shake his head. But during that time, Naruto looked at his father's eyes. They weren't the same as they were. In fact, they seemed more darker. Not knowing what this is, but wouldn't think much of it, as Minato would suddenly change in appearance. Naruto would be confused as his dark blue eyes would slowly become lighter to their original color, as Minato would tell Naruto to escape now and to figure out the truth, which would surprise Naruto. What is the truth? Minato couldn't say much, but would hand Naruto a key. It's like he's fighting himself. Naruto couldn't understand it, but his father was fighting something internally. Maybe it was a genjutsu or something, but he could see it. His father wasn't acting the same. As Naruto would ask what's wrong with him, Minato would not shake his head and just tell Naruto to escape now and to leave the village. Nothing here is safe and everything is a lie. Naruto would be very confused but would grab the key and unlock the cage as he would jump out running away. As Minato would watch his son run away, he would suddenly change back to his darker appearance, as he would tell the Anbu to start hunting down Naruto. Naruto running through the forest, he would pick up the scroll of sealing along the way, because it hasn't been taken back yet. As he would run with it on his back, he would jump through the window, breaking out. Every Anbu in the area, alerted to his position, would start to run over to try to get him. Naruto crashing onto the ground hard. He'd roll down the hill. He'd start to run, landing his feet on the ground. Dashing through the trees, he would see the Anbus dashing along with him. Stopping in a big area, he would take out a sword that his mom has given him. It'd be a small tanto along the back of his hip. Taking it out, he would get ready. The Anbu would arrive, but it wasn't the regular Anbu. No, they didn't have any symbols on it. No color at all, not even the leaf symbol. It was white. Naruto would realize this as he did, listen into his father's conversations before with Jiraiya, and he was talking about something about Anbu Black Ops, or the darker part of Anbu, the ones that don't the ones that don't return and work for Danzo. Or is that? No, that's Root Anbu, not Black Ops. Naruto realized that this is Root from Danzo, immediately realizing that Danzo could have done something to his father to manipulate him, but wouldn't understand why. That's probably why his father told him that everything was a lie and not to trust anybody. Naruto had realized that this situation was dire. The village was getting attacked internally, and he had to escape now so he can save it later on. Naruto would get ready as the Anbu would take out their swords, realizing that Naruto wasn't going to survive this. In fact, they were here to kill him. Getting ready, Naruto would cool his senses, realizing that if he doesn't kill any of them, they would kill him for sure. And because they had no emotion thanks to Danzo, they wouldn't hesitate whatsoever, so he can't either. Naruto holding his blade up would prepare as the root Anbu would start to attack. Naruto being, still a genin, would be sliced up pretty bad, but he would take out two, getting kicked along the ground. He would cough out blood. He was injured. His arm lost too much blood and was completely numb. And his chest and shirt, everything was tattered. Blood was bleeding from his forehead from an axe kick from one of them. As he would get up, realizing that it was too late, he would look over, seeing that it was a cliff that they were on. Naruto would start to back up as the root Anbu were getting ready to stab him. Naruto would make it a pledge that he would come back and save the village. As he would jump off the cliff, he would fall to his or to his death, or what they assumed would be his death. The root Anbu looking down as Naruto would fall into the water, eventually disappearing and telling controlled Minato, or Kotsumatsukami Minato, that Naruto was dead. The very next day, Minato would stand on the podium and tell the village that Naruto had been killed and was a traitor. Minato, or Menma and Mito, Kushina, Jiraiya, and the rest would be very confused at what Naruto did and why he did it, but they couldn't really put their finger on it. In fact, they would already be on the Genjutsu anyway. Everybody would be on the Genjutsu, as Danzo would be right behind Minato, nodding to what he's done. Now the village was his, and he could still be in the shadows. Naruto, in the water, would be sinking and eventually would hit rock bottom at the bottom of the ocean, or not ocean, technically river, at the bottom of the river. He'd be in an empty space. There'd be rocks floating everywhere. Confused at where he's at, he would try to look around, but nothing would be seen. Eventually, someone would appear right in front of him. Having completely black eyes, he would say hello. Naruto, being on guard since he had just been attacked and his village has been manipulated from the inside, would immediately jump up and try to grab a kunai, which wasn't there. The man would laugh as he would tell Naruto not to worry and that he's not here to hurt him. In fact, he was here to help him. Naruto would be very confused as the man would reach out his hand. Grab my hand. Naruto, not listening to him, would immediately start to run, jumping on the floating platforms, as the man would eventually appear right in front of him again before Naruto could jump off into another one. Holding his hand out, he would tell Naruto to grab it. Naruto, realizing that there was nothing else he could do, he would grab the man's hand, and suddenly his hand would start to burn. Looking at it, he would see a weird symbol, which is the outsider's symbol. If you don't know what the outsider symbol is, I'll probably put up an image right now on what it is. It's from the game Dishonored, which I recommend you play because it's a pretty good game. But yeah, Naruto seeing the weird symbol on his hand would be in absolute confusion, as the man would tell Naruto to test it out. Naruto, not realizing what he is, or what it is, or what he is, the man would point out to the rock. Jump. Naruto would laugh, saying that it's too far away and that he can't make it, as the man would say, use that, pointing at the seal that has been placed on his palm, not his palm, on his hand. Looking at it, he would suddenly see, as time would slow down, he would see a glowing dot. Confused on what that is, he would take it, and eventually he would disappear, appearing at where the glowing dot was. Naruto would be in absolute shock. Was this the flying Raijin? The one that his father used? As the man would laugh, no. Naruto would be confused as the man had just read his mind. This is not the flying Raijin, what you call. This is Blink. Naruto would be confused as the man would continue to tell Naruto to use it. Naruto, seeing a bunch of other platforms, would start to blink. Using his new power, he'd start to teleport along all the rocks in the area. Naruto getting a feel for it, understanding it. As he would land on the final rock, the man would laugh. It seems that you are already getting used to it, and in fact, you are enjoying it. Naruto would nod, as the man would say, well, that is all I will tell you now. You will eventually gain more, but currently, this is all you have. The way you gain more is by using souls. Naruto would be confused, as the man would elaborate. The more you kill, the more points you can get. And with your points, you can put them in new skills that will grant you incredible power. Some to stop time, send out wind attacks, summon rats, or to even manipulate. Naruto would be absolutely shocking what this power is, as the man would tell Naruto the final thing. From now on, Naruto, you must stay in the shadows, because now you're an outsider. And that will be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, share this with your friends. And remember to get this video to 10 likes if you want part 2. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.